So let's go to the first case study on Instagram, and this is the Gansevoort Hotel, Storytelling for Love. Full disclosure, this photo was taken in Turks and Caicos, which was one of my favorite places in the world, so I'm sure that's how it probably got in here. This is actually ridiculously brilliant for a lot of reasons. I referenced in the setup about the culture of Instagram and being native, that the double tap, the heart, and how we've done things organizationally, I have, but this one is extremely well done. Clearly, and again, this could be altered by Photoshop. It's amazing the world we live in now. Like, everything has to have a cynical eye of, like, did they alter this? But if they caught this picture natively of, like, the sun beating down on the shoreline and creating this heart and then cropping it to be in the feed right where you would double tap, then using, very simple, Turks and Caicos is betting that you are a beach lover, hashtag beach, which is something that a lot of people use. Maybe for my liking, they maybe left one or two hashtags on the table, though not necessarily, because this is, again, you do it a lot so you can test and learn. I think this is extremely well done. This is exactly, and I mean exactly, the kind of photo that stops somebody dead in their tracks, the exact kind of photo that people want to tell their friends about, share. This is just clever, perfect storytelling, brilliant execution. This will work 3 years from now as brilliant execution. That gives me the double extra kudos to the Gansevoort Hotel. Whoever's managing this nailed this. And I promise you that beach, you know, there's plenty of bikini shots going on Instagram, so I'm sure a lot of people are using that hashtag, which leads to a lot of discovery. This is a brilliant piece of content. All right, let's go to the next example here. And let me start by saying I feel pretty bad picking on SeaWorld. I titled this Sloppy, 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 mainly because when I was going through case studies for this book, SeaWorld actually did a good job and fully putting it out there for anybody who's watching who loves SeaWorld or works there. I was actually going to give them one of the pieces of content that was a good Instagram photo. So I feel a little bit bad because I'm a pretty positive, half glass full guy. However, and this is just what happens when you do the wrong thing, I guess, at some level. As I was looking for the good one, this was so bad that we really couldn't let it go. And so I apologize and I feel bad, and let me explain. This piece of content is a right hook. SeaWorld is a amusement park, I guess, or entertainment location. I don't know what the proper politically correct word is to use these days. But it says, who's coming out for bands, brew, and barbecue? So they have an event, and they're trying to promote it. And I guess they were lazy, didn't have the time or resources to make an original piece of content. And this is a great time for me to tell you guys something. One of my biggest pet peeves is that people use social networks, and I talked about it earlier, as distribution, right? They want to use Facebook, Instagram, Twitter to drive awareness to something else, because your website over here or go here, instead of natively storytelling within it. So instead of natively figuring out how to storytell on Instagram with a double heart or this, that, and the other thing, or hashtags, they just probably took this image from some other poster, some other website, from their Facebook status, and just plopped it in here for distribution, for awareness. Lazy, and now they get caught. Sorry, like, and you can see I'm rarely speechless. This is how upset I am. The date's cut off. Like, I actually somewhat weirdly can make it out, because days on the left is on the left, and sun, you know, is on the right, and I guess that means Sundays, and I guess it's February 9th and 16th, because I can make the Feb out on the right. But, like, this is a piece of crap. Let's call it what it is. This is a really poorly executed piece of content. It's quite busy, right? It's that classic cliche wording of, like, who's coming out, like, right? I mean, think about the times in your life where you've heard, like, who's coming out this Sunday for the bar? It's like literally that live radio read you heard when you were a kid as, like, the radio commercial, like, who's coming out to the county fair this Sunday to meet the pig? It's shit. This is where I get into, like, you shouldn't even put it out there, right? Like, if anything, it's noisy. It didn't bring any value. It had no engagement when I rewind in my mind in comparison to the other content. And at some level, when you're playing in a cool place, like I referenced early, doing something not cool is a quick way to be not cool. And that's what really bothers me here.